The Cavaliers are now 19-1 at home and undefeated against the Western Conference. A perfect 11-0 as they take down the Thunder tonight, 129-122. 7 Cavs in double figures. Donovan Mitchell finished with 11. Let's head down to the locker room and hear more from him.
Donovan, what does it say that on a night where you didn't have your best night, your guys snap a 15-game win streak from the OKC Thunder?
I mean, it just speaks to our growth. I told everybody after the game, like, we don't, as a unit, we don't win this game last year. You look at J.A., you look at Evan, you look at DG, Max, Karis, Ty Jerome, George, everybody, Dean Wade, everybody that came in, you know, did something positive to affect the game, whether it was scoring, rebounding, defending, whatever it may be. And that's a team win. That's what it's going to take for us to be the team we want to be. And honestly, man, like, it's a big win. You know, I think we're all excited about it. And obviously, like I said, yeah, this is, you know, one game and no championships are won tonight, but it's something to be proud of. And all the talk of, you know, who's in the game and the All-Star game, like, I think those, you know, Darius, Evan, J.A., I think they showed why they should be in San Francisco, why we should all be there. I think there's no doubt. I mean, you look at tonight, you know, this is each one, all three of them had an individual impact in big moments to win us that game. And I think it would be a shame if all four of us weren't there just because of the impact we all have. This isn't just about one person. This is a group thing. And we showed it tonight on the big stage, and I'm really proud of everybody, but those three in particular, they did their thing, and they carried us the way All-Stars do.
This Thunder team came in with the best defense in the league. You talked about this being a test. Like, what'd you learn about this team beating the best defensive team in the league?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got hit, fought back, got hit again, kept clawing back, got the lead, kept the lead. Like, you know, that's the sign of a championship team. You know, how do we find ways to respond in adversity? How do we find ways to continue to be who we are through success? Getting stops late, getting rebounds late. Like, they're a talented team. You know, they're going to go far in the playoffs. They already have done a lot. Shea's an MVP candidate. You know, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams. They got a lot of Case Wallace, a lot of great defenders. And for us, you know, individually, to come together and find ways to continue to be effective, it's huge.
You ended up.
The Cavaliers certainly made a statement here tonight. 7 players again scoring in double figures, and if you were to say Donovan Mitchell was going to score 11 points and the Cavaliers would still win by 7, I bet you weren't thinking that would be possible.
I did not think that was possible. I mean, because the way things are in this league, you would think that when your star guy has that type of a game, you can't get it done. But the advantage of playing more than 7 guys. The Cavs played 10 tonight, and it's 7 guys in double figures. That, to me, is what this team is all about, and that's why when you have that many guys that you can depend on, each night is a different person. Tonight, Max had been having trouble. All of a sudden, Max comes out of it tonight. You know, Ty did his thing as always. I mean, so all the ingredients you have on your team, everything has a chance to marinate now. Everything has a chance to be productive. And that is what happens over the course of 82 games because, believe me, health is the most important thing to go into the playoffs for the Cavaliers.
Well, you know who else took care of business? Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. Let's head back downstairs. They're at the podium.
Absolutely. I feel like we basically protected the rim as we should. Obviously, they're going to make some shots, but every time they drove, they definitely saw either Evan or I down there, and they second-guessed their decision.
Yeah, I would say the same. Me and Jay are, I feel like the 2 best bigs in the league at protecting the paint. And tonight we're down there just trying to make it hard on them. And I feel like we got a lot of deflections and the guards as well with their ball pressure. It was just making it tough on Shea and everyone on the floor.
Coming into the matchup, everybody obviously saw Isaiah Hartenstein and remembered the Knicks series from a couple years ago. How do you feel like your game has grown on both ends of the floor since then?
Yeah, defense, I'll start there first. I feel like I'm slowing down on defense, and not physically, but mentally, and starting to understand the game more, understanding what sets are being run. And so I don't want to say like I can see the future, but I can like predict what's going to happen out there. And offensively, I feel like the same thing. I just can read it better, finding Evan on the roll, definitely should have threw him a lob tonight. Just stuff like that, just understanding everything more.
Jarrett, what do you think the national TV audience that doesn't get to see a ton of Cavs learn about Evan Mobley tonight?
They finally learned who Evan Mobley is, and they still have a lot more to learn. He was doing everything for us. On the defensive end, he was getting stops. On the offensive end, we literally just drew up a play, gave him the ball, and said, go to work, and he got us a big bucket at the end. So they're learning about him.
Evan, do you feel like a star player?
Yeah. I'm definitely starting to feel like that. Just all the hard work is definitely paying off. I've been in the gym these past few years just trying to work on my offense game, keeping my defensive game at the same level, and I feel like all the hard work is definitely paying off now.
The balance tonight was incredible. Again, 7
Yes.
Cavs scoring in double figures. Jarrett Allen leading the way with 25. Evan Mobley with 21. DG with 18. Max and Ty coming off the bench, combining for 32. And then Dean and Donovan each finishing with 11. Darius Garland, 18 points, 7 assists here tonight. Let's head back downstairs and hear more from DG.
All right, Darius, you snapped the Thunder's 15-game win streak. What does it say about this team?
We're relentless. Best team in the league. I don't know, man. This team is great, for sure.
What was the locker room like after this one?
We're excited. This was a big win. This was a test for us, like we all said before. But dang, it's just another game. We've got another one tomorrow, so we gotta get ready for that one.
When you talk about, this game was every possession, you guys had to battle the entire game. 30 different lead changes in this game. Take me through just the battle of this one.
Yeah, it was a up and down game. We just had to find it from everyone tonight. We wasn't making as many shots as we usually do, or people are usually seeing. So, just had to grind it out, play more physical on the defensive end, try to get more stops, and try to get out in transition. And then our bench came in and played really great. Ty, Max, Cares, George with some big threes, and even Ice coming off the pine and really moving his puppies and not getting any fouls. So it was huge for us. It was a great team win.
Your bigs had a combined 46 points, over 22 rebounds, but also 14 assists. What do you say about what they were able to do against the Thunder?
And do it all. They've been doing it all season. They should be all-stars for sure, especially after tonight. Especially the way that they really performed on both ends of the floor, really rebounding, switching on to one of the best players in this league and trying to make it tough for him. So it was, they're the best 2 bigs in the league by far. So they proved it tonight.
You told me the other day that this was just going to be like any other game. Is that really how it was, or was that more of you just trying to keep yourself calm for this one?
No, it was another game, literally. But like I said earlier, it was definitely, it was the matchup that everybody wants to see. 2 small market teams, 2 of the best records in the league, and on a win streak. There's nothing that you can ask for on this Wednesday for watching basketball.
Kenny told us after the game that you guys said in the locker room, last year we don't win this game. What's the difference between last year and now on a night like tonight?
Our camaraderie, our growth, our maturation has grown a lot. We can talk to one another, and we can have hard conversations, even during the battle, during the game, which is much needed. And that's what happened tonight. We messed up on a lot of coverages tonight, so we had to get on each other about that and try to get it right during the maturation of the game, and that's what happened. And I think that's our biggest thing, is growing and talking to each other while on the floor during the battle, and it was good for us.
What do you think?
They see no rest for the weary. The Cavaliers back in action tomorrow against the Toronto Raptors. And if there's any positive, the Raptors are also on a back-to-back. They fell to the New York Knicks here tonight. So a lot at stake in terms of getting back together,
Yes.
finding composure, regaining that after such an emotional game. How do you do that?
Well, again, you have to stick to your principles and understand that you play a certain way of basketball, a certain style now. a certain way you approach the game. You have to be consistent with that because you play so many games. That's the only way you can have success is to be consistent with your approach. And the Cavaliers are learning. They've learned that. If you listen to them all talk, they all talk about maturation. That's what you learn as you go through the war.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are 32-4 now, 19-1 here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse as they take down the Thunder here tonight, 129-122. Back in action tomorrow against the Toronto Raptors. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30. For Austin Carr and our entire crew, I'm Kaylee Griffin. We'll see you then.